Hi everyone, Adultery and Immorality is still the message, and we are still talking about the corrupt children of the rich parents. Okay, today we are talking about stop hiding the tendencies in your children, rather walk it over. You are meant to build. Proverbs 22 verses, train up a child the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart. You are not to hide what you see, the tendencies in what your children can do. You are to quickly help in breaking it down and raising them so that when they old, they will not give you burden instead of a blessing. And in that place, we are reading 2 Samuel chapter 13, verse 6 and 7. I am very convinced. I may not be very sure, but I'm somehow convinced. Let me put it the other way. It was unfair for David not to understand the line. I know you can love somebody so much, you may not think of that direction. But David was able to program and think what Abigail felt when Abigail said, remember me when Nabal is no more. Okay, David is not a stranger in this day. Okay, and I already know that these guys, they learn from their father. After all, Solomon, that he took over the throne, had more up to 1,000. But let's leave that now. So talking about most parents, they know, they see it in their children. You know what some will do? They'll package them to boarding house. Seriously, most of those boarding house you package them to, they're actually slaughterhouse. They are there to hoard that evil that you should be broken, that should be broken down. They help you, they hold it, they help you build it because they are concerned about your pay to keep the school on. They will do the little they can do. So they are not going to raise it. And when your child notices that you know, see, when children know that you know what they are capable of doing, and you try not to pretend as if you don't know, they will like, okay, they will justify it. So my mother knows what I can do. So they grow to become wild. Their parents notice it. Every parent knows. Some parents will tell you, I know this my child was going to be great. I know this my child was going to love God. I know this my child that from childhood has been, he have anger. When we want to ask our parents about our present life, we ask them about our past life when we're growing. Even when our parents were carrying us in their womb, they know what God told them. Some of them, even the ones that were not Christian, they know what Abbalis told them. The day they give birth, they know some because God created children specially. And they know when this child, the way this child was acting at age 3, at age 5, at even 0, when they were less few months old. So if you know this thing and you just like David look as if nothing happened. And Amnon knew the father because my pain is that nothing actually happened. So your pain, your children, that means Amnon might have been doing it. Before Amnon got to Tamar, he might have been maltreating the servants. He might have been this. So the mother of Amnon was not, Amnon is like a child left to himself. 22 years old, who have confidence to bring the sister, who are confident to call their father on this kind of immoral and demonic sin without fear, who could call on the sister of Absalom, a stepsister that know that one have brothers too, and say, come and let me molest you. Who could not think, who couldn't care how that girl will cry out of the palace when the servants are all around? You only send them away from the room, they are all around, and say, knew that so this guy was a very wayward child of the king. I feel that many people that are pained today, there are people that fall victim because they went to work in a family where the children of the parent in the house are rebels, wicked, immoral, and their parents allow them to devour. When you want to cry out, they tell you, shut up. Don't say my child never do that to you. They will even put you in jail for saying it. It's common. You will report your soul parents. If you side your children in evil, especially to destroy other people and cause other people to share pain. So you package them to hostel. Madam, or guy, rich man, rich woman. Your child is in hostel. When it is time for them to come to holiday, they give you different option. Let me go to uncle's house. And you are, okay, you want to spend the holiday. And you are happy that they are not disturbing you. And so they go to uncle's house for holiday. You know what happened? What they practice in school, they want to go and display it in uncle and auntie house. I don't know the kind of uncle and auntie house to go. The one that are dependent on you for survival. And so they go to uncle, and that one is saying, come, 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 so that they can have their body house is having them to collect fees. Then when they finish, the time they will spend with you, you cannot afford them. Then uncle and auntie is also bringing them so that they can have access to believe that you know they care, your child is with them, and also use it to siphon money. You have become a money machine, rich man and rich woman. So your children are not spared at all. Nobody's working with you as in loving you. So it is your responsibility to take care of you. Someone can have a safe society so that God can be happy. So everybody that is partaking the life of your children is to get from you, is to show you that we care for your family. If your son from school cannot come to your house in holiday, what time do you have to put eyes and raise your children? So your children is being raised by complete wayward people, by outsiders. No morals. As when they go to uncle house who is dependent on you, go to auntie house who you have to feed. So they go to night clubbing, they tell uncle, shut up. Oh. If you don't cover for me, I will not cover for you. That day, mommy will not send you money. So you ask, how is my son? You say it's the best in the class. No, it's not the best. Before you know it is in court. Your children, that's why it is children of the rich that are mostly caught. Or courtism. Because of the waywardness and the carelessness of their parents. Some of the things you also allow that made these children to be wayward, like Amnon, not to fear their parents, is that they bring problems to you and you solve it. Every day you are bailing your son from the police station. Every day is owing debt, you are paying debt. You say, what am I supposed to do? Because you left it where it should be corrected. And it can still be corrected. At times you have to allow that child to receive some suffering, to be tortured a little while. And set him up to be tortured so that he will not continue. No, don't touch my child. Though. Nobody should touch my child. Sometimes your school, these children, when they are growing from school, do you know how you usually start it? When they are growing, still 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When the teacher complains, you say, if you dare touch my child, you fight teacher for your children. And your children know that my mother can fight anybody from you. Before you know it, your children become wayward. Because they know you can fight anybody. That is how you begin. In case you don't know. When the teacher complains your child, you have to deal with your child yourself. Say, learn very well. Don't disobey teacher. But you say, no, my child, you know I suffer to have this child. Whatever it takes, if you don't want my child to study your school, I will take my child abroad. Your child will listen and say, oh, that means I am licensed to do anything. I am licensed to insult. I am licensed to divorce. They come and tell you, your child is running after a young girl. You say, no, don't use dirty to stay my child. And your child say, oh, that is my mother is by my side. I want children to know that you side there for evil. This is Amnon. Only God knows how many cases that might have reached palace between Amnon and the servant that David did not listen to. So that was why Amnon have to go direct and use David. Why will Amnon tell David? Because Amnon know that the mother of Tamar, nobody will obey the authority of sending the sister to that place because the sister was not supposed to be there except the father. Oga, boss, madam, big man, for you to always hide your children's tendency is to give them room. They are not worthy to be a father. Correct it on time. Rebuke your children when it is needed. Rebuke it. Don't send them to body house, to slaughterhouse because you want them to get far away from you. Send them there because you want them to learn. And send them to the good one where the fear of God can be still on them. God bless you all. And let's go on next episode. Shalom.